guys, welcome to Talking Money with Nozi, personal finance made simple. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to manage your money in your 20s and 30s. Your 20s and 30s are the best time to build good financial habits. The younger you are, the better. For you to build good financial habits, you need to practice. It's not going to happen on its own. Some people mistakenly think that time is going to magically fix their bad habits. It doesn't happen like that. Time only compounds or amplifies your habits. If you start bad habits in your 20s and 30s, time is going to only make those bad habits grow stronger. And the opposite is also true. If you start good habits when you are young, those good habits will compound as you grow older. Ask anyone in their 50s and 60s what they wish they could have done differently about their finances. And almost all of them always say, I wish somebody could have taught me how to manage my money when I was younger. Or they say, I wish I could have started saving and investing when I was younger. In order for you to avoid regret later, you have to do something about your finances now. Unfortunately, many young people fail to realize that nobody remains young forever. Each year, all of us are growing older. The question is your life becoming better as you grow older, or is it getting worse because of your choices? Hopefully, watching my videos will convince and help you to start making better choices with your finances. Here are 7 things that you should do with your money. Number 1, start earning money and increase your income. Your income is your greatest wealth building tool. Make sure that you get the right skills that will help you to earn and increase your income. Take your job, your business, or your career very seriously. Show up on time, be the best at what you do, keep your skills up to date. If you do this, opportunities that will increase your income will come knocking at your door. Number 2, follow a written budget. A lot of young people live for the moment, right? Go with the flow, live for the weekend. There's no structure in terms of how they use their money. Money comes in and money goes out just as quickly, and 10 days after payday, or even earlier for some people, there is nothing left in the bank, right? And they repeat this cycle every month until they get a wake-up call when they are 40 years old and they start wondering why they've got nothing saved or invested for the future. You don't have to be like that, guys. Let's learn from other people's mistakes. You should write and follow a budget. Following a budget doesn't mean that you will stop having fun or buying nice things. Not at all. A budget just helps you to manage your money better. This is how you can structure and follow your budget. First, record your income. That's the first thing that you do in a budget. Then, write how much you will save and invest. Your savings and your investments should be a priority. You must save and invest before doing anything else. Then write your expenses. These are your debit orders, your rent, electricity costs, transport costs, your groceries, etc. Lastly, write how much you're going to spend on things that you enjoy. This is money for groove, money for takeaways, money for movies, your weekends away with your friends, etc. Following a budget will allow you to enjoy your money in a responsible way that is not going to lead to regret later, because it helps you to take care of important things first. If you hate detailed budgeting, you can use simple budgeting rules like the 70-30 rule, where you save and invest 30% of your income first and live on the remaining 70%. Other people use the 50-50 rule, where you save and invest 50% of your income first and live on the remaining 50%. The key is to save and invest. Never try to save and invest after spending. It doesn't work, guys. Always save and invest, then spend afterwards. That's how you build financial discipline. The third thing to do with your money is have a simple financial plan and update it as you grow older or as your needs and circumstances change. A financial plan is a simple document where you identify, organize, and prioritize your financial goals and write the steps that you need to take to achieve each of your goals. For example, you may want to buy a house in the next 4 years. So your financial plan will say, buy a house in the next 4 years. Steps to take: build a good credit score and save for a 10% deposit by saving 2,000 Rand every month. Number 4, save for short-term needs as well as emergencies. Guys, we need to learn to practice delayed gratification and learn to save money for the things that you need. You shouldn't rely on debt to fund your entire lifestyle, because that's how people dig holes that they cannot come out of later on. If you're not careful, debt can sneak up on you and get out of control very, very quickly. You open an account here, an account there, and they swipe your credit card for everything, and before you know it, the debt payments are taking more than 50% of your income and you're battling to survive. There is no need to buy food, shoes, clothes, furniture, and other small things using debt. Save, 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 and buy what you want using cash. You also need to save for emergencies, because life happens, guys. Unexpected costs pop out of nowhere, and you need to have cash available to cover those emergencies. Your emergency fund should be worth between 3 to 6 months of your expenses, and you must replace any money that you take out of your emergency fund. Number 5, use debt wisely. People get into debt when they use other people's money to buy things that they cannot afford to buy on their own. You want something, can't afford to pay for it, you get a loan or use a credit card and get what you want now and pay for it later. This sounds wonderful, right? But debt, just like any other deal, comes with terms, conditions, and consequences. The terms of debt are: you must pay interest regularly until you pay everything back. Think of interest like rent that you pay for the amount of money you've borrowed. The more money and the longer you borrow it for, the more you pay in interest. The conditions of debt are: you must repay the debt and interest according to a specific schedule every month. If you fail, there are additional penalties. These penalties are charges that can add to your financial problems. Most people know the terms and conditions of debt, but they ignore the consequences. The consequences of debt are: a portion of every rand that you earn in the future now belongs to somebody else. These rands are now allocated to paying off the interest and the amount of money that you borrowed. Debt is like a two-edged sword. It can help you, but it can also hurt you very badly. Don't use debt unnecessarily. If you use debt, use it sparingly. For example, if you use debt to buy a car or a house, which is most of us, the installments as well as the insurance, fuel, tires, maintenance costs in the case of a car, and the rates, levies, utilities, maintenance in the case of a house must all fit within a budget. Don't buy things based on just how beautiful they look or sound, but based on your budget and affordability. If you can't afford something, walk away. Number 6, protect and take care of your stuff. Do not be reckless with your cars, your phones, your clothes, your shoes, anything that belongs to you, because they cost money. Negligence of anything, whether it's your car, your shoes, your phone, it shortens its lifespan. Imagine how much longer things would last and how much less money you would spend if you took better care of your stuff. Number 7, invest for the long term. Investing your money is the only way to protect it against inflation. Investing is also the only way to achieve your long-term financial goals, like becoming financially independent and being able to afford your retirement in the future. The best time to start investing is now, when you are young. And guys, anybody can invest their money regardless of the size of their income. Investing is not only for rich people, it's for everybody, because these days you can start investing with as little as 50 Rand or even less. So even though you may not be earning a lot of money, as a young person, you have one big advantage working in your favor, and that is time. Young people have more time than older people. And time plus compound interest will turn small amounts of money invested over long periods of time into a lot of money. Let me show you exactly how compound interest works. This is the spreadsheet that I'm going to use to show you compound interest, and I'm going to use 10% for simplicity's sake. So let's assume that your money compounds annually by 10%. Usually compounding is an annual thing. It's not a daily or a monthly thing. So firstly, I'll start off with once of deposits. This is where you deposit money once and then go away for a long time. This obviously is not a recommendation, but an example, because you'll see that the amounts may not be enough for your own goals and needs. So let's start off with a 250 Rand once-off investment. And let's assume that that 250 grows by 10% annually. In the first year, you're going to earn 25 Rand. Then if you add 25 Rand to your 250, you end up with 275. In year 2, what happens is that you're going to earn interest on the 275. The balance at the end of year 2 will be 302 Rand and 50 cents. Then you earn 10% of that, which is 30 Rand and 25 cents, leading to a balance of 332 Rand and 75 cents. I hope you get the gist. If we scroll right to the end to 40 years, that initial 250 Rand investment will turn into 10,286 Rand and 19 cents. Guys, this is from a 250 Rand once off investment. Let's look at 500 Rand once off. By now, you know the concept. So in year 1, you're going to earn 50 Rand because 10% of 500 Rand is 50 Rand. Your balance would be 50 Rand plus 500, which is 550. In year 2, you will earn 10% of 550 Rand, which is 55 Rand. If you add those two numbers together, the balance at the end of year 2 will be 605 Rand. In year 3, the interest that you earn is 10% of 605 Rand, which is 60 Rand and 50 cents. Now you get the gist. How much will you have at the end of year 40? You will have 20,572 Rand and 39 cents. This is from a once-off 500 Rand investment. Let's look at 1,000 Rand once-off. In the first year, 1,000 Rand will earn 100 Rand because 10% of 1,000 is 100 Rand. Then the balance at the end of year 1 would be 100 plus 1,000, which is 1,100 Rand. In year 2, you're going to earn interest on that balance, which is 110 Rand. And then the balance at the end of year 2 will be 1,210. How much will you have at the end of 40 years? At the end of 40 years, that 1,000 Rand once-off investment will be worth 41,144 Rand and 78 cents. So this answers the question that a lot of people always ask me. They always say to me, Nozi, is it fine if I just deposit 200 Rand, buy some shares and go away? And I say to them, it might not be enough for your needs. So you can see 250 once off will give you 10,000. 500 Rand once off will give you 20,000 Rand 572. A once off lump sum investment of 1,000 Rand after 40 years is going to give you 41,144 Rand. So you can see that perhaps this may not be enough for your needs. But what happens to compound interest if instead of doing once off, you do monthly? So we're going to do 250. This time it's monthly instead of once off. If you invest 250 Rand a month, it means you are investing 3,000 Rand a year. How will compound interest work this time around? So in year 1, your total deposit is 3,000 Rand. The interest earned, which is 10%, will be 300 because 10% of 3,000 Rand is 300 Rand. Your balance at the end of year 1 would be the interest earned plus your deposit, and you get 3,300 Rand. In year 2, so remember you're investing every month now. In year 2, your deposits are also 3,000 Rand. So it means now your total deposits are now 6,000 Rand. But now the interest that you're going to earn on your money will be your deposit for year 2 plus the balance from year 1. So it'll be 10% of 6,300 Rand. And this is what you get. Your interest in year 2 will be 630. Your balance at the end of year 2 would be 3,300 plus 630 Rand plus 3,000 Rand. And that's how you get 6,900 $2,930. How much are you going to have at the end of year 40? Let's scroll. At the end of year 40, you'll be a millionaire. You'll have 1,324,000 rand. What about 500 rand? So 500 per month is 6,000 rand per year. So in year 1, 6,000 rand will earn interest of 600 rand because 10% of 6,000 is 600. And your balance would be 600 rand, which is the interest plus your deposit. It gives you 6,600 rand. Now, in year 2, remember you're going to also invest 6,000 rand on top of the 6,600 that you already have from year 1. The interest this time around that you're going to earn is 1,260. Your balance at the end will be 6,600 plus the interest plus your deposit. So that's 13,860. Let's have a look at how much you're going to have at the end of year 40. You will be a multi-millionaire. After 40 years, you're going to have 2.6 million rand. Let's have a look at 1,000 rand. So if you invest 1,000 rand every single month, it means you are investing 12,000 rand a year. So in year 1, your total deposits are 12,000. The interest earned is 10% of that. So 10% of 12,000 rand is 1,200 rand. You get the balance by adding the interest to the deposits and you get 13,200 rand. Remember, in year 2, you're still going to invest 12,000 rand for the year. This time around, the interest is going to be calculated from 13,200 plus 12,000, and then you calculate 10% of that, which is 2,520. Your balance at the end of year 2 is 13,200 plus the interest plus your deposits for year 2. And the total will be 27,720. Let's have a look at how much you will have at the end of 40 years. At the end, you will have 5,299,000. So this is the power of compound interest, and that is why it's advantageous if you are young, because you've got time. If you want to start investing, watch my video titled 5 Easy Steps to Invest in ETFs from Anywhere in the World. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.